Hello, everyone. I'm so sorry about that. I'm sure we'll have a few more people jump in. How are you doing, Helen? Sorry about what you've been going through recently. And Elisa is on her way. Hello again, Trisha. Very warm. I had to jump off. Howdy again. Everyone's coming back in, which is awesome. Thank you for coming back in. Sorry. And we've got Tammy. Tammy made it for part 2.
There we go.
But yeah, it's nice to know that Jaded Gem Shop is doing fan art.
Yes, she has a ton of fan art. I pretty much have bought most of her Studio Ghibli fan art and have the rest of it that I have not already purchased on my wish list. And then she's also got the book series Fourth Wing. She's got some artists doing stuff from the book series, the Fourth Wing book series. So she's got some of those in the works. So yes.
Tammy, so you're not late. It's only the live's only been on for 1 minute 37 seconds.
Right, never late, Tammy. Never late.
Well, it's nice that you've joined us, Tammy. I appreciate it. But yeah, I need to try and find. I will have a look through Jade Gem Shop, have a look at her fan artwork. It would be nice to see DAC do a bit more.
Yep, there is the sum that you can get from DAC. I know there's one of them that was just recently. I can't remember the name of the kit. I know there's one of the
one and of got some of the Avatar ones, and you've got some of these sort of superhero ones. But
yep, and then there's they have a Final Fantasy 14 one as well. I haven't watched played Final Fantasy or anything like that, but I know there's one from Final Fantasy 14. I think it's the Alice, the Diamond Art Club Alice one. This is a fan art one as well.
Yeah.
That a lot of people don't realize is just like a lot of people didn't know that Flower Delivery and Books and Nooks and a lot of those ones from Yume were fan art as well.
Yeah.
So
is it Flower Gal? One of those? Which one is it? Sure.
And the Roy Trins are the Sailor Moon series. So there's some of those Roy Trins are also could be considered fan art too. Like Saturn, Mercury, Jupiter, Red Moon. Those ones are also fan art. So that's something that I would have to decide when I want to get on that. Oh yeah, that one is as well. That one I feel like totally is, and yep, definitely. And the Princess Mononoke, JoJo's art has a Princess Mononoke one, as well. So they're out there. It's a little bit trickier to find them. You have to hunt a little bit more to find some of those images, and not everybody knows them.
Yes. I did get a few sponsor mails recently, and one that has got release papers. I want to show you because I think you might like them. Obviously, it's got our hashtag on it, but with it being Asian art, I think you might quite like it. So first of all, we've got the Admiral Zest trays.
Oh yeah.
So Admiral Zest is from the UK, and her trays are really cool. I really like them. They are 2 trays that she is donating for us. That I will link them underneath. But these are the release papers from Carl Sparkles.
Oh my goodness, that is adorable. I love it.
So you got the Maneki Neko and sort of. I love that they've got the almost like the foil
Yes.
clouds at the bottom. So they've done those. You got this one, which is a very sort of slight one, but you can see it there.
Mm-hmm. Yep, with the cherry blossoms. Yes.
And you got this one, which I love as well.
Oh yeah.
And then finally, I think is one of the best ones. It's that one.
Oh, that's beautiful. Those are all fantastic. I'm not somebody who uses release papers, but I feel like I need those just because they're so beautiful.
Yeah. So I often don't use release papers and try and do the just the sectioning of the canvas. Mm-hmm. But I have been using release papers on my kit so far.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, I find that like for me, the release papers, I would have to, my sections are so big. So big.
Princess Mononoke, Jojo Art.
Yeah.
It's funny you should say that. Because that's one of the kits that I've just kitted up.
Nice. Oh, that one was such a cute one to do. I loved it. It was so fun.
It's so small, isn't it?
It is. It worked up really quickly. I finished that one very fast.
But yeah, I've just spent the last couple of days kitting up kits that I will do on my event. So I've got Wolf Castle still that is halfway done because I gave up on it. And it's mainly because other than the wolf, which is nice and purple and white, it has the very same dark colours all across the bottom. And I kind of like don't want to be doing super dark kits. So I did Magic by Miles Pinckney.
Okay.
And that was awesome. That completed it in 14 days.
Oh wow.
And I think that's why I've got the problem with my elbow now.
Yeah, that's impressive because that's such a big kit. Those Miles Pinckney.
It was a fun kit. You know, it's one of those kits where you start it and you don't realize how much time's gone past when you're working on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got my panda that I've done a column on, and I started on Cauldron and Myrrh. And it's kind of like when I was doing this kitting up for the event, I was like, oh, that works. And oh yeah, that one works as well. And I was like, before knowing it, I've gone through the majority of my stashing and gone, everything works.
Right. Yeah, that's how I feel. Like pretty much everything in my kit or in my hoard could pretty much work because like the majority of my hoard is basically Asian themed at this point. So you could like look at it and be like, oh, yep, that could work. That could work. That could work. Because so many of them are Asian themed canvases. I definitely love my Asian themed kits. So yes, they most definitely are very Asian themed.
Well, where is that? Is it that one? I've got one. So I've not bought from Junior's Designs in a while, and I wanted to get this one, which is I can't remember what it's called. Is it the Asian Fusion? Yin Yang Fusion. And this is a pretty one.
Oh, that is a nice one.
So it's a nice small 40 by 40.
Yes.
But it was nice. It was from with Junior's Designs, you can buy from the overseas section. And this was in the overseas section. So it came. Normally with Junior's Designs, you have, even on any kits, you have a minimum spend before you can get free shipping. And because this was an overseas kit, for me, it didn't have any shipping on it at all.
Yeah.
It was quite nice, really. But it did take a lot longer. If I'd have bought it from... And it's weird that the overseas kits aren't available in the US. Like, well, so not they're not available, but if you click on the overseas section, you can't add kits from the normal
Right, you
section.
have to order them separately and place 2 orders. Yes.
Yeah, and if you click on the most of the kits that are in the overseas section aren't on the other section either. So it's kind of like you've got to pick one or the other, or like say pick both and do 2 separate orders.
Yeah, that was one of the things that I noticed.
That's Dreamers Designs. It's not painted in 4 days.
I know one of the kits that I did pick up, it's been a while since I don't have a ton of Dreamer Design canvases, because I find that like the ones that they carry in squares tend to be such massive squares, and I hate massive square canvases. It's like, give me my smaller canvases and give me them in rounds. I'll take a round over a square any day, because I don't mind that pixelated look, because I'm doing diamond painting. It's basically pixelated art, so like I don't mind that it looks pixelated. So the last one that I picked up from Dreamer Designs was the Buddha one.
Yeah,
I picked up that one.
Nice.
Yeah, so I was excited about that one. But other than that, I think I have some Romy Lairdas are pretty much the majority of what I have from.
I've only got 2 Dreamers. Hello, Sushi. I've only got 2 Dreamers Designs up. If I just take you on a little tour, you've got that one.
Oh, beautiful.
That's Lion Soul. That was a fair sized one. You've got that one, which is Wolf Jarman. And there is one more, which is, I don't often take people around. That one.
Oh, nice.
And that's a 30 by 30, which was the Twisted Blossom, and that was the smallest square I've ever done. That's it. Just rest it, Adam. It's fine.
Yeah, I've only completed 1 Dreamer Design so far. I've completed just one, and it was Lady Luck was the one that I completed. Which is a Romy Lairda, but probably my favorite of the Romy Lairdas was this one.
Oh, wow, that is pretty.
She's beautiful.
Yeah, I think I've only used Dreamers Design. I've got Dreamers Designs, DAC, Art Dot, and Diamond Painting Fanatics. So there's plenty of stores that I want to keep trying. There's like Rhinestone Goddess. I want to put one in with Enablers Outburst and Jaded, and I'll just have to sort of suck it up that there's going to be a high. But I say, if I message her and ask about the drop shipping, then that might be an option.
That's definitely an option, because she does do drop shipping for international, which helps to cut down on the shipping fees, because otherwise it's like it gets shipped from China to her house, and then she packs and ships them from her house to everybody else. But if you do the drop shipping, then it'll be shipped straight from China to you, and that'll cut down on the cost. I have I keep everything in Gems Flow, and these are in the bottom. These are all of the companies that I have diamond paintings from.
Oh, wow.
I have a hoard. I have a diamond painting hoard. I most definitely have a diamond painting hoard.
Let's see where my Gems Flows are from. Search.
I think my biggest company is Diamond Art Club, because it's the easiest one to buy from. But then after that, it's probably here, Mochi. Let me lift this up so you can go under. There you go. Get in there. And then after that is probably Jaded Gem Shop. I have the second most from Jaded Gem Shop, probably. Just because I love rounds and I like smaller kits, so I can order my smaller rounds from Jaded Gem Shop.
Yeah. Do you prefer rounds to squares then, do you? I
prefer rounds to squares. That's my golden. I will always go with, if given a choice between a round or a square, I will go with rounds, hands down. It's just my go-to. I prefer them. Now, if it's something that's small and I do not like confetti, so give me all the color blocking. So now, like Jaded Gem Shop carries, I love doing cross stitch conversions too. So I always have like a cross stitch conversion project going, like if it's one of the cross stitchers that I have been following for probably the last year and a half. Just recently got licensed with Jaded Gem Shop, so I'm like, oh great, now I don't have to go through the work of actually doing the cross stitch conversion for all of these things, because I have a bunch of her patterns in my cross stitch pattern hoard as well. So now I can just buy like the kits directly from Jaded Gem Shop. So those ones, I've got some of them in rounds, but then those, they're small enough, they're like 30 by 30s for the majority of them. So that's small enough that those I'll just order in squares and not have to worry about getting them in rounds.
So with the cross conversions, so I've done a kit by Diamond Art Studio, which was their 12 Days of Spookmas, which was a mystery kit on the outside and cross conversion with minis. Now they provided all the special the drills. When you get a cross conversion kit from like Jaded Gem Shop, do they have all the drills and everything inside them?
When you do one from Jaded Gem Shop, she includes all of it. And what's really cool, like when you do so that's something that like if you have a pattern from somewhere else, you can send the pattern to Jade and she will provide you with the canvas and the drills that you need to do that pattern.
Okay, that's good then.
So she specializes in doing that as a service. So I've also will just save all of my spare drills, and I've done a number of cross stitch conversions from just saving my own spare drills. So this is one that I actually did from rounds. Then I gave it to my dad because he loves coffee. So that's just that's a small little cross stitch conversion that I did with round drills from my spare drills that I gave to my dad. And then I did a couple of them for my brother. So my brother is like a gamer. So I did this one that's Zero Fox Given. And I also did the other one that I gave him so this was for Christmas back in 2023. So this was the other one that I made for my brother. So that's the finished when they're framed and done, because that's like totally my brother. Because all of his graphic tees that he wears have all got like foxes on them in some way, shape, or form. And then for my mom, I did some custom cross stitch conversions. So I had I sent basically had her dogs done, like sent some photos of her dogs in and had them turned into cross stitch patterns, and then I did those as cross stitch conversions. So there's one of her dogs, and then the other one, let me see, and then here is her other one. So those are her dogs, and then I have my Ghibli cross stitch conversion. So I did, and then I have like some tiny little Studio Ghibli cross stitch conversion. Cool. So yeah, so this is like a little one. It's only maybe like, let's see, what's the actual size of it? It's like 14 by 16 centimeters.
Yeah, so like a mini Dazzle kit sort of thing.
Yeah, it's tiny. And then I did a little mini Gigi as well. So these are little ones that that one's like 10 by 12 centimeters. Well, even smaller than that, actually. It's even smaller than that. But these are little ones that I did from some patterns that I had because, I collect patterns.
Where'd you get the patterns from?
I got the patterns just off of Etsy. I just find the patterns on Etsy. I have a couple like favorite sellers. And then I just go through and I have a bunch of spare canvases that Jade actually had a bunch of. So here's all four of them this is all four of them on a 30 by 30 canvas.
Yeah.
4 of those little completed patterns on a 30 by 30 canvas. So I love being able to, just do them just like that. Yeah. So they're fun. And that was just using spare drills for all of those. So it was, working with the spare drills. Everybody's like, I have a bunch of friends that'll make fun of me because I keep all my spares. And I'm like, I keep my spares because I do those cross stitch conversions, and the spare drills are like, then I don't have to buy a bunch of drills for those tiny little conversions that I do like that, because it's like, I could make those with all of the spares that I would have from like one kit could make those. And that's why I save all my spares for those. And Jade had a bunch of at some point, I think she had a bunch of like 30 by 30 canvases, just blank canvases, and I bought them all for her for like a couple bucks a piece. I think she sold me, I think, like 20 blank canvases for like a couple bucks each. It was super, super good price. So I bought them all from her. And now I have like a ton of small canvases for all of these small conversions that I do. So, and then I'll also buy like cheaper canvases from, you can get them off of like AliExpress or Temu. If before I did 2 temperature Sal cross stitch conversion projects, like 2-year-long projects, and those I had bought the canvases from Evermoment. I already had the drills, but I bought the canvases from Evermoment on AliExpress.
Yeah.
So those are ones that I had done as well. So those ones were bigger. So like the big one was this one here, was the big one.
Oh wow! I'm gonna put you full screen so you can see it a bit better. So I've seen. I think it's on your channel. I've seen that, and that's a temperature kit, isn't it?
That is. So every potion bottle is a day, and each shelf is a month.
So with you picking that, obviously, did you pick a certain color set for each temperature?
I did. I picked so that one I picked different color ranges for each. So it was like the so actually I have the drills. Let me pull the drills down because I actually have the drills right up in here. And I can totally just grab them and go off of it because that's easier. But basically I used the drills so here's my drills that I was using. Let me take the my temperature cheat sheet. This is my temperature cheat sheet. But basically, because there were some colors in here that made up the border. So like this was border colors, to here was border colors, and then here, and then this column through to here, those were colors that were like permanent colors in this kit.
Yeah.
You don't make a very good, I can't see through you, Sushi. And then there were, each color family had, or each potion bottle could have up to 4 colors in it. So you had to pick the different family of colors. So it was like, these were the 50s. So these dark blue was 50s. And then I went into like a lighter blue for the 60s. And then 70s was kind of like a aquas, teals. 80s were greens. 90s were purples. And then a different shade of purple for hundreds. 110s were burgundies and pinks. And then I actually had to break out and do something for 120s, which I ended up using ones that I was doing for a different cross temperature cell because this was daily highs. So I had to do different ones for that. But yes, this was a conversion chart. So I would have the chart pulled up on my iPad with markup. It was like 4 different pattern, or it was what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different patterns because there was a frame pattern, January to March, April to June, July to September, October to December, and I would go through and do all of those different colors. So like this would be a section of what the pattern would look like. This is a section of the pattern.
Oh wow, yeah, I see.
And I use markup. I'm an Apple snob. I tried using, when I started doing the cross stitch conversions, I tried using an Amazon Fire tablet, and I tried doing a conversion with that, and I was like, I'm so used to using my iPad, and I was like, I can't do this. This is annoying. It's not as responsive as my iPad. I can't function like this. So yeah. I was like, nope, not happening. Do they have something that works with iPad? And I found markup, and I've been using it for the last 1.5 years ever since. And that's been my go-to, has been the markup. And that's what I use. And I have no issues with markup. And I use my iPad. I have an iPad Pro, and then I use this keyboard, which has a mouse on it. for my iPad. That's what I use for all of my video editing for YouTube. I do on the iPad. I don't even use my computer for editing anything. I do it all on my
iPad. I think all my thumbnails, all my editing is all done on my phone.
Yep. I just use the iPad for everything. You are not going in that cupboard. The door is closed. You're not going in there. Stop eyeballing it. But yeah, I didn't like the colors that they had because I'm not a big like reds and oranges and yellows person. So I changed the colors and went with like the blues and greens and the colors that you saw on the finished product. And I love how it turned out.
I definitely want to try and do some big cross stitch conversions. As when it comes down to it, I suppose all you got to do is remember your counting, especially on those little ones. To just make sure you're counting exactly how many you need to do.
I actually don't even count. For me, it's like it's just a visual pattern recognition thing. It's like when I place the first color I put down is more of a counting thing because you have to like place it correctly. But once I have the first color placed, I don't count. I just pattern recognition, and I'm like, that's the right. Looks like the right. I don't even count how many drills I have or anything. I just pattern recognition, but that's just how my brain operates. Yes, it is counting. For the majority of people, yes, totally counting. My brain is just a little different on how it operates for some of that stuff, and it's all patterns.
I didn't find it. I know a lot of people find it daunting, don't they, doing a cross stitch conversion. Same again with a mystery kit. Because like I don't know how I'm going to do it, so I don't want to get into it. I actually found them really therapeutic. Just not. I think mystery kits are therapeutic on their own because there is no color. It is all black and white. And I find it a lot easier to do a mystery kit than a normal kit because you're not, when you're like looking at the canvas, it's like, okay, I've got to look for a color and a symbol. And sometimes you don't see the symbols because they aren't the actual color that you think they're going to be. With a mystery kit, everything's black and white and it's so quick to find them. That's the same with the.
I do a color, so it's like for me when I'm doing a mystery kit, I have to actually section and do like small sections, which is like so I don't do the mystery kits very often. But yeah, it's definitely a different thing because it uses my brain differently. But yeah,
I've enjoyed the mystery kits I've done so far. So I've done 2 mystery kits. I've got 2. I've got at least 2, if not 3, to do this year.
I did pick up. I had, I think I had the Deborah Malcolm one, and then I ended up selling that one to somebody in Germany who was collecting all the mystery kits because I was like I was like, I love the art, but I don't know that I'm going to enjoy this. So I was like, nope, I'm not going to do mystery kits because I was looking at it and I'm like, I don't think I'm going to enjoy doing this with all of the black and white. I'm like, this just doesn't seem like it's going to be for me. So then I got rid of it. And then the Crafters Den Discord started doing like a quarterly mystery kit from Jaded Gem Shop. And I was like, well, they're small enough and it's, it's our Discord group. I'll just get them. And I was like, actually, I don't mind this as much as I thought. I do have to actually section it and do like a section this big instead of doing my massive sections. Instead of doing a section this big, which is what I normally would do, I have to actually break it down and do a section like this big. But I actually was like, this isn't as bad as I thought. I actually do enjoy this. So because I actually enjoyed it more than I thought, I was like, okay, that means I now have to go back and find the Jeremiah Kettner, or like I had to find the Kettner mystery kit. I was like, I need that mystery kit because I don't buy the mystery kits unless I don't buy anything unless I know what the image is, unless it's like the Jaded Gem Shop mystery kits. Those ones, that's different, especially the ones for the Crafters Den mystery kits, because I trust Sophie and Jade's taste in canvases and images. But other than that, like I'm not going to buy a Diamond Art Club mystery kit unless I know the image.
Well, that's the thing. You do know that DAC mystery group.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I totally, I know, I'm in that group, so every time a mystery kit comes out, I see it, and I'm like, oh yep, that's exact. And so it's like I know the Kettner mystery one, so I was able to find and get the Kettner mystery kit on a D stash, and then of course I absolutely bought the Yume mystery kit because I have every single Yume piece that's come out.
The only one I haven't got. Well, no, not say the only one. The only recent one I haven't got. So I've got the Christopher Revel kit, Dark Fantasy, which I love. Since doing that, I love his artwork. I got the. I'm going to go in gem search to find out who they're from. So I've got. If I search mystery, yeah. So I've got Mystery Dark Fantasy by Christopher Revel. Then I've got the Mystery Halloween. And then I've got Mystery 76, which is Fantasy Objects. And then Mystery 74, which I think is the mythical creature.
Yep, and I've got just the from Diamond Art Club. I just have the two. I've got the Kettner one, which is animals, obviously, and then I have the Yume.
Yeah. The animals, is that the most recent animals one?
He's only got one, so it's basically 58 and then 73. Those are the only two mysteries that I have.
Yeah. So,
and I know what the image looks like. Like I'm to the point, I know what the image is, to the point where in my hoard, because it's like I'll show my gems flow screen in like videos and everything. So for the thumbnail, I have the mystery thumbnail like this, but then when I actually click into it in my project images, I have the actual art image of what the actual photo looks like, even though I haven't worked on it. Because that's how I am. So I'm like, I have the actual image of what the mystery kit looks like in there that way.
Yeah,
so I haven't worked on those two, but I have finished.
Don't like seeing mysteries.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't like seeing mysteries, then I appreciate that. But if you want to see mysteries because you've not given them a chance to work on them, and it's kind of like, I don't want it to ruin it for people.
Exactly. And that's why I that's why I have it how I have it in my my gems flow. So even that way, the people that if I'm scrolling through my gems flow to show things, because I'll regularly have videos where I'm pulling out my gems flow on my iPad to show something. And that way I don't just randomly come across like the thumbnail and people are like, wait, what is that? And they're like, oh no, and I spoiled the mystery kit for somebody who didn't know that that's what the mystery image looked like, because some people do like to keep it a mystery, and I'm like, I don't care, I actually want to spoil it, because
I think that's why I have put my art up on walls, because people can see my artwork and no one knows if it's an actual kit or a mystery kit.
Right, yeah. I think there's a couple kits that I will probably try to get frame. Like, I'm not going to frame them, but I'll probably stretch them and put them on my walls.
Yeah.
If my my craft room, once I get into my house, once I get out a house and into it. But yes,
I'm really looking forward to, and I keep seeing more people doing it, which is the Sakura Festival.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes, absolutely. I love. That one's fantastic.
Just come back in stock as well.
I obviously love Sakuras and cherry blossoms.
Yeah.
Considering that's one of my tattoos is cherry blossoms.
But yeah, I've had it. I think I got it last year, and I got it off D-Stash because I hadn't seen it in stock in ages.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm glad I've got it because it is such a gorgeous kit. It's one of those kits that you look at it and go, why is there no special drills in the cherry blossoms?
And that's
So I
one
like
that I'm definitely going to add some extra special drills to, and I'm really going to bling that one out. Yes.
I like customizing it. I will customize my own canvases with whatever.
Oh yes, I have tubs. I have tubs of special drills. So many special drills. I do not need to buy any more anything. I have so many. But yeah, that's one.
What's your favorite type of special drill?
Oh, I think my favorite special drills. Yes, yeah, Cat. I have a lot of special drills. Like, I think when I packed all of my stuff up in preparation for moving, I think my tower of spare drills and special drills was probably about like that wide. It was like the tubs were about this wide, but it was about that wide, and probably about like if I was standing up, the tower, the thing probably came up to the stack probably came up to about here of all of those extra drills. So it was so many special drills. But I love crystal ABs. I think there's something about a crystal AB. It's like some people don't like ABs. Yeah, a crystal AB. It's really interesting. I'm trying to think if I have any. Let me see if I have a photo of how a crystal AB looks.
I like crystals. I don't like ABs, but I've not heard of a crystal AB.
Yeah, so it doesn't. It's like I love ABs, and a crystal AB kind of doesn't have the exact coating of an AB. It kind of has like a little bit of a blend. Let me go ahead and pull up on DP with Sparkler's website and see if it shows what a crystal AB looks like. We're gonna go ahead and do drills. We're gonna go with all right. Crystal AB. So I'm going to pull up some crystal ABs and see if we can show off what they look like. But they're really cool. So they're a little bit different than a regular AB, but they're not quite a crystal because it's like I've got them from DP with Sparklers. That's where I've bought them.
What's it called?
Crystal AB. And they are beautiful. So they're kind of like they're like a unique they're crystals or sparklers, but with like a little bit of almost like having a crystal drill with an AB coating. It gives it a really cool effect.
And are they in the special drills section?
Yes. So they're under the, if you go under on their drop down under drills, and then I just went with rounds, under rounds, and they're under round crystals, and then you'll have crystal AB. Or if you do it under squares, they're the same thing. If you go under square drills, they're going to be under crystals. You'll find your crystals, or your crystal AB is going to be under those.
Oh wow, that's just crystals.
So they fall. They're a drop down underneath the crystal section.
Oh wow, that's stunning.
Right? They're a very unique thing, and they give a totally different look. I love working with them.
Like pearlescent, aren't they?
Yeah, they're very fascinating. I love them. They're they give a really special look. Let's see. I did a little snowflake stitch along that doesn't have the best like photos. Totally does not have the best photos of it. But I did all of the snowflakes of this. Let me see if I can find a decent photo of it. Let me go to my completed. To my cross stitch conversions. I need my finish.
They're awesome.
Yeah, that's my absolute favorite type of drill. It's like I like the fairy dust, but I just love that look of a crystal AB. Because it kind of gives you that crystal look, but it's like normally crystals kind of like give you more of a shadow on a canvas, but the AB kind of brings them to the front of the canvas. Whereas normally you have to be selective on where you can put that crystal, and you can't put it somewhere where you want to highlight. But if you have a crystal AB, you can put it as a highlight.
Yeah.
So it gives it a really
unique... These are my favorites. Just bring it down.
Ooh. Those are pretty. I do love a good metallic. Those are very high up there. I love all special drills. Just give me all the specials. I love metallics. I love ABs. I love crystal ABs. I love the little bubbles. I love them all. I love the fairy dust. I love all of them. They're all so much fun. And I love just laying out a canvas and just like pulling out all the specials. And the way I like to do it, I actually kit up the kit first, so that way I can pull out the drills and I can like look and say, okay, which color is going to fit and match this best out of all of these specials. That's how I work.
That's correct. DP with Sparklers is one of our event sponsors, but it is not 550, it is 3607. That is the color of it, 3607.
Nice.
That's how I work. So I've kitted up my 4 kits that I need to do soon. I've just kitted them up basic, and then I will customize them afterwards. I found a kit that I don't think, and I know it's shocking, guys, I don't think I'm going to customize it. I customize every canvas, but I don't think I'm going to customize this one. And it's mainly because I don't like it. So when they did the mystery box last year, I got 2 canvases. One was Lala from Teletubbies, and one was Scooby-Doo, the Mystery Machine. But I don't like. There's 20. Is it 20 bags of 307?
Ooh.
Yeah. So this is the drills that wouldn't fit in the dot. You can sort of see how many bags are in there. Like,
wow.
I'm just going to leave it as standard. It's got some special drills in already. I'm just going to leave them alone.
Yeah. Sometimes you just do that. You're like, nope, can't be bothered. Move on.
No, Kat, you can't say you mess bringing up kits, because you don't, because the enhancements you made on your mystery kit Halloween were amazing, and I was jealous because they look better than the changes that I'd made.
Yeah, I blinged up my kit for that I did for Lunar New Year last year. I did all sorts of bling to it. So I did the Lunar New Year kitty from Distracted by Diamonds, and I added all sorts of bling to that one. So I added metallics, I added crystal ABs, I added ABs, and I added some fairy dust to that one, or pixie dust to that one. To make it all sorts. Nice. Yeah.
I think this cauldron one I'm doing now has...
What is this?
How many?
And Sushi feels ignored, apparently. Hi, baby. Do you feel ignored, little one? You purring at me, baby.
I've got 24 special drills on cauldron in there.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. Oh, hi, baby.
Yeah, it's going to be a nice one. I don't know where the special drills are. I kitted this up last year, so I don't even know sort of where the special drills, which ones I've changed out now. Because those are so different from my kitty. He's got a lovely face.
Yes, she's my fuzzy. She's my hairy canary. She's got a lot more hair than Mochi did. It took Mochi a full 2 years to get her full coat in. So she's only 18 months and she's got a full coat. So she grew into her hair a lot quicker. But she's got a much thicker coat, a lot more hair than Mochi does. But this is my little purr ball. She's purring voraciously, very loudly purring at me. Hi, baby. You gonna show your face? Do you want to show your face? Look at your little face. She's like, no, Mom, stop. She's so spoiled. I know. I remember when she was a tiny little baby and didn't even have her wrinkles yet. She didn't even have the curls in yet. She was totally smooth. No curl when she was a little baby. Now she's got her curls in.
Why did she get the wrinkles then?
So that's part of their breed is I call it the crinkle coat. So her hair grows in these the crinkles is how their coat grows in. And when they're kittens, their hair is extremely coarse, and it's not fun to pet them when their hair is like extremely coarse because they have their kitten coat. And as they mature, their coat comes in and they become super, super soft. Super, super soft and adorable. Hi, baby. But she's in her coloring, she's a tortie tabby. So she's a tortoiseshell, but then she's also a tabby. So she's got all of her little orange tabby markings all over her, her little tabby stripes and her little striped face. But yes, she's my one. I can toss her around everywhere and throw her around, and she's what, baby? She's purring.
I'm not
purring at me.
I could hear a little bit of the purring earlier. I'm not allowed pets here, but when I go to Angels, Freddie is so loud when he purrs, and even to the point where he'll be eating and he'll still be purring, and like concentrate on one thing at a time. Like stop purring.
Right. And Mochi has to be like really. Mochi's purrs when she's happy. But this one is like, oh, you're sitting here. I'm surprised she hasn't jumped on my shoulders at all, because normally she's jumping on my shoulder. I was reorganizing my my pantry to put away some groceries, and she was like, what are you doing? Okay, I need to be on your shoulders. And she was chilling on my shoulders while I was reorganizing the pantry. But as you can see, she's totally chill. She's just gonna lay here on her back, and I'll hold her upside down. But yes, I love the Devon Rex kitties. They're just so chill. They're like the most unique cat. I've had cats my entire life. We raised Himalayans and Persians and exotic short hairs, and showed them. And having a Devon Rex is totally different. They're a totally different type of cat. Oh, she's only mellow right now because she's chilling. Once I'm done and I get up and do something, she's gonna turn into chaos. What are these feet doing? The tail is flicking because the tail is up to no good. Now that I mentioned it, she's gonna hold it still. But the tail is up to no good. There you go. But she's up to no good. As soon as I go to do something, the chaos is gonna ensue, and then I will have a chaos demon on my hands. She's pretending to be good. She's pretending to be good. It's a deceptive. It's a lie. Don't trust it. Baby, I go put you down.
My big kitty is a big fat blue Persian.
So this is yes, she's very good at pretending. She's 6.5 pounds of just like fuzz.
So how old is she then?
She is, let's see, she was born in June, so she's about 18 months old.
Yeah. Everyone else joining in now thinks your cat is just so angelic, but
oh, she's pretending. She's lying to us. It's a lie. Don't trust that face. This face lies. It pretends to be innocent. It is not. It's the face of a liar. Ooh. Right? That's fascinating, Casey, that you have the first one is chill and the second one is wild and crazy, because that's exactly how they are. Mochi is just chill, laid back, perfect little angel. And then we have Chaos Demon right here. Chaos. Pure chaos. And I swear Mochi just sits there and looks at this thing and is like, what are you up to now? Totally just stares at her like she's like, what are you? Like, why are you causing this chaos? Those are my glasses you're hitting with your tail. Yes, those are my glasses. Do you need to sniff the... No, we're not chewing on the glasses. No, we are not chewing on glasses. There's enough chew marks on my glasses already. You're not a dog. You don't need to chew on glasses. No. Stop. Those are mine. No. 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 Stop. Sushi. No. Now she's upset. She wants my glasses.
So we've got Casey Case. Welcome in.
Now
Jennifer Parker. Hello. Now she's being chaos.
Those are mine. Here, give me your face. Right here. Give me your face. Right here. Sushi, face. Give me your face. Thank you. Can I have your face? You're not supposed to lick the finger. You're silly. You licked my glasses. No. You're silly. You're silly. That's pretty cool, Jennifer. I know most of the vets that I've introduced her to, like, well, my vet that I had in Southern California, being out in the middle of the desert, had never seen, she knew about Devons, but that was, my girls were the first Devons that she had actually ever gotten to see in person. So every time the girls would come in, it was like they'd see the girls and then proceed to, like, you know, the girls got loved on, and my girls, and it was so funny. Before I got Sushi, I would just take Mochi to the vet in her harness and leash. I wouldn't take her in a kennel. So Mochi got like the run of the vet clinic when I would take her in for her visits. And then once I got this little chaos bugger here, I would just throw the girls in a kennel and bring them both in. But yeah, they're silly. But that's one of the nice things, Kat, is that the girls, this one sheds a little bit because she's got more hair, but Mochi really doesn't shed unless she's laying on a really dark color. And then you look when she gets up and there's like tiny, tiny little fuzz left behind where she was laying. But she doesn't shed like Persians and Himalayans shed. I don't have to worry about that at all. This one, her tail sheds more than anything else because she's got like a significant amount of hair on this tail. So, but nothing like a regular style of cat or like a Persian or Himalayan, nothing like that as far as the shedding. I comb them with a flea comb, like a flea and tick comb, because nothing else will do anything. It's like pointless to comb them if I don't do it with that. And I comb them maybe once a month. And when I comb them, I can comb both cats. And it's like, maybe I'll get like a little strip of fuzz about like that long and about like that thick out of both girls, and that's combing each cat for 5 minutes, and you can't even tell based off of the comb that I combed the girls. That's how little they shed. But no, we don't have any more cats. We don't have any more of them, just my girls, because we had the cats, and then we also had Pomeranians because we raised and showed Pomeranians, and we lost our last of the Himalayans probably back in 2014 or 2015. And then our last Pomeranian probably in 2017 or 18, I want to say. And now my mom has and dad have 2 mini golden doodles.
Yeah.
And then I've just got these 2 hooligans, which keep me busy. The rascals.
Oh. How old's... So you got Sushi and Moshi. How old's Moshi then?
Mochi, I think, just turned, let's see, Mochi was born in January. So Mochi just turned 5.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Because Sushi's a year and a half. And she was born and Mochi just turned 5 because she was born in 2020. Because I got her, yeah, she was January. So she's 5. Yeah. Crazy that she's already 5. I only work at the Naval Hospital because I like my weekends too much to actually work out in town on the weekends. And I don't have a Florida license. I only have a Virginia license.
So when you say Florida license, Virginia, do you have to have a different license for different areas of the US then?
Yes. So the way the US works with healthcare is all of us healthcare workers, we take a standardized national exam for whatever our specialty is. So like for me as a physical therapist, I took a standardized national exam to become licensed to practice as a physical therapist. It's the same thing for medical doctors, same thing for nurses, everybody. We all take like our own respective nationalized exam, but each state has specific requirements that you have to meet to be licensed. So some states will require you to take like a law type, like a law class. Some states require you to take an ethics class. Some states require certain other things. So you take a national exam, but you have to be licensed by the specific state that you're going to be practicing in. So my license is actually in Virginia, even though I've actually never worked in Virginia, but I went to school in Virginia. So I chose Virginia to be licensed in. I've never actually worked in Virginia because I work for the federal government. So it doesn't matter what state I'm licensed in because I technically don't work, even though I live in Florida and physically I'm located in Florida, I technically do not work in Florida. I work for the federal government in federal government land, even though that land is located in Florida. So it's a little bit weird how it works. So in the military, we can be licensed in any state if we're working at a military facility. But if I wanted to go work out in town, do what we call moonlighting, where I work in private practice or work basically anywhere that's not for the Navy, then I would have to get a Florida license in order to do that.
Yeah.
But that requires me to then actually work on the weekends. And the military also dictates how many hours per month per week and per month I'm allowed to work outside of my regular work for the military. They dictate, and I have to have approval. Yep. So they control it because your military duty comes first. And that's something that's secondary as allowed.
I suppose they want you to be at peak performance, so they don't want you to working yourself to the bone just to do other things.
Yes. So like I would have to do here, I'm senior enough that I don't have to do like the same duties that I had to do, like those long 24-hour duty days that I had to do at back in California. I'm senior enough and there's enough other people that here I don't have to do those, which is nice. So I'm happy about that. But there is the here it's a much larger hospital, so we actually have inpatient. So I now actually have to do inpatient much more frequently than what it would be there. We will rotate through because there's a lot more of us therapists, physical therapists here than what I had back in California. But that's something that now I'll have to rotate through and potentially have to work on a weekend doing inpatient duty. But I don't have to do the 24-hour duties that I used to do back in California, which is nice. So I'm happy about that because a 24-hour duty really, unless it was on a weekend, really meant you were working for like 36 hours because you'd go in at like 6 a.m. on a Tuesday and you'd work until 6 a.m. for that 24-hour duty. So you'd work until 6 a.m. the following Wednesday, but then you still had to work at least a half day of your regular job, sometimes even a regular full day of your regular job. So you wouldn't go home until the next day, which was a long day.
That's tough. Can't imagine doing that many hours. I remember being when I first got into catering, I was doing 12-hour days back to back, but it's only 12 hours. 12 hours is nothing compared to 36.
Yes. And granted, you do get like off time and time to sleep, but you're still at work that entire time.
Yeah.
But so it's kind of like you're not actively doing work necessarily. Sometimes you are, but sometimes you aren't.
Yeah.
It's very much dependent upon what is going on and if something is actually happening. You have the potential to be working that entire time, but you also potentially could be sleeping. You could be doing whatever. Like I would bring some small diamond paintings and do some small diamond paintings in my office in California. So I would knock out, like I usually bring like paint gems or something like that, one of those mini sets with me to do in between getting called to do stuff in the like during the day I'd see patients, and then in the evening is when I would get the calls of stuff that I had to deal with.
Yeah.
But it does make some very long days.
Do you enjoy it?
I do, yes.
That's the question I like to ask, because there's some people you're asking, you were like, no, I don't like it, but I'm doing a service. And some people are like, no, I really enjoy this. This is where I'm my happiest.
Oh yes, I love it. I've gotten to do some pretty awesome things over I've been in for 12 years. So I've gotten to do some pretty awesome things over the last 12 years. Many things that probably 99% of physical therapists never get the opportunity to do. I've gotten to do some pretty cool things. Like it's like the opportunities and the things that, I get to experience. It's not just, go to work in an office and see patients. It's like, I spent 2 years on an aircraft carrier, which, that was super fun. We get to go all over, for us, it was the Pacific Ocean, working, and, the things that you get to see on the aircraft carrier. I have videos on my phone of watching, F-18s launch off of the flight deck and watching them launch and recover from the flight deck of the aircraft carrier. And how many physical therapists can speak to having got to sit there go up on the tower and watch aircraft launch and recover from an aircraft carrier, and they just get to do that on their downtime whenever they wanted, kind of a thing. Like that's something you get to do. Like my first helicopter flight that I ever did was actually flying across the deserts of Afghanistan. That was my first ever helicopter flight. And of course, I had to take a selfie for it, because if you don't have the photo, it didn't happen. So that was something that I definitely did a selfie for that. So it's a dark selfie, because this was like way back in 2015. So, like 9 years ago. But there's me, a selfie of me in my first helicopter flight in Afghanistan. Yeah. Full battle rattle for that there. And, you can see awesome. Another helicopter in the background.
So, yeah, you can.
So I got to fly all over. Afghanistan, treating patients. I got to see all sorts of stuff, do all sorts of stuff. I've gotten to see a whole lot of the Middle East. I've gotten to work with so many different things. I've gotten to travel to a lot of different places. I spent Christmas 2017 was spent in Dubai, because we had a port call in Dubai. So, that's pretty awesome. So, like the things I've gotten to do over the years has been pretty cool. And then like the trips that I've taken for fun, over the years as well along the way has been super fun. It's been a fantastic experience. I've had a blast doing it. My plan is to do the full 20 years, and then after the 20 years, if I'm still enjoying myself and I still have time, and then I will continue going. If I'm like, yeah, I think I'm done, then I'll retire at 20 years. So that's kind of what my agenda is at this point. But thank you, Tammy. I enjoyed doing the Christmas premieres. They're always fun to do the Christmas premieres.
Oh, yes. So Dawn's put, how do you feel about working with jelly drills? And what is jelly drills? Because I've got some that I would class as jelly drills, but I don't know if they are.
So the jelly drills are, I don't really like the jelly drills as much. I've used them, but I'm not as much of a fan of the jellies. So I think they're more of I consider them like the glitter drills is what I think of as like the jelly drills is kind of what I think of them. And it's like used properly, I think they can add to it. But like this would be like, I don't know. Of course, it decides to move as it shows. I'm like, no, I wanted the drill. Why do you move on me? But there is, now it's going to load through. But you can see them on the bottom there.
Yeah.
For anybody that hasn't seen them. Yeah. So it's like I find them to be very much too, like, almost the glitter in the jelly drills or the glitter drills, I feel like is too different and too stand out from the color of the drill to me. So better an orange or a yellow.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
Especially when using like purples and blues.
Yes.
They don't add to it. The ones that they take away from it.
It distracts.
I've got some glow in the dark drills which I've been trying to use, which are quite cool. And one of the people that was in the comments earlier, Marie, she's got some neon drills. It was like fluorescent orange and fluorescent pinks. I've yet to try those out as well.
Yeah, I feel like you have to have a really, really bright canvas to be able to use like those neon drills.
Yeah. Well, I've got I've got Still Waiting.
Okay.
And it's got the neon signs from the crosswalks. So I'm thinking if I can try and get some of them, that would be perfect on those street signs and street lights.
That would be a good use for those ones.
And Cindy was asking, how long till your 20 year?
See, I'm at 12 years now. So I have because November, I hit 12 years this past November. So I've got another 8 years to go.
Hello, Dawn.
So I'm on the downhill slope now.
You're over halfway.
Yes.
Will you carry on for the 20 mark?
That's the plan right now, is to continue carrying on. It depends on if I promote. If I stay the rank that I am now, then I can only do 20. If I promote, then I will probably, it depends on if I'm still enjoying myself. Then I will continue. Probably if I am still enjoying myself and I promote, then I will continue on past the 20. I would like to do another tour in Japan. So I will definitely try to get another set of orders to Japan. That's something I really want to do. So that's something that if I can get another set of orders to Japan along the way, that'd be ideal. But yes, I am an officer. That is correct, Kat.
So what is your full rank? Because I know the officers have different ranks, don't they?
Yes. So I am a lieutenant commander.
Oh, wow. Well done. That's awesome.
Yes.
You'll get there in no time. Yeah, so Marie got the neon to change out a little girl's top in her canvas. Is that O? What do you mean by cat? Is that O? Is that 0?
Yes, it's an
I don't
04.
understand that. Okay.
Yep, my rank is 04 Lieutenant Commander, which for all of our Army, Air Force, Marine Corps people is the equivalent of a major.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. That was there's so much I realize now I don't know about everything, and it's kind of like I want to sort of start becoming a little bit more knowledgeable about things.
Mm-hmm.
But it's good fun. Because you spent 12 years in your field, and I've spent 12 years in catering. I think that's 15 years in catering now. That's scary. So for just under half my life has been in catering. Good God. But it's fun. It's one of those jobs, like you say, that you enjoy doing it. You enjoy going to work.
Yep, definitely. And I like being operational more than sitting at a hospital. So for me, it's like doing the more operational side is the fun stuff. So I'm technically so Cindy, I'm technically what's considered more of a non-combatant because I'm medical, and medical we're typically non-combatants. So I wouldn't be in direct combat. I would be somebody that so if a war breaks out, I would not physically be in combat. Now I may be on a ship, and if the say war breaks out and it's a sea-based battle, I could be on the ship that is directly impacted and battling other ships. So that in that case, yes, then I would be in combat. But like if it is a land-based war like Afghanistan, I was physically in Afghanistan. Like combat medics, totally different because that's in the name combat medic. But like me, I was in Afghanistan while we were in the war in Afghanistan. So I would go and I would be at our role 1, role 2, role 3. So basically, which are different tiers of medical support. I was based in Kandahar at the NATO role 3 multinational medical unit. So the hospital that we had in Kandahar. And then I would fly to the bases, all the bases that we had of so I would go to our bases in southern Afghanistan to support our and I would stay on those bases, but I would support our service members there. So I never actually was in direct combat in any way.
In the comments, just like Dr. Cousin was in Afghanistan. So so I didn't realize Kat was a combat medic.
Mm-hmm.
That's mad.
Yep, and that's correct. If I wanted to, I could retire and then go back to work either as a contractor or a government service employee for the military or the VA, basically doing the very similar or same job, but from the civilian side, which would then be less requirements on me.
Yeah. It was MOS. Mm-hmm. Title, but I worked in a clinic and not in the field. I got very lucky. I'm going to cut the live soon because we've been live for nearly 2.5 hours. But it's been lovely chatting to you face to face and hearing about your event and hearing about the wide range of knowledge you have, especially sort of to do with Japan and stuff like that. It's awesome.
Yes. Well, it's been a pleasure sharing and chatting with you.
It has. And if you ever want to come on the channel again during our event, just reach out. You're more than welcome to.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Right. Well, if I know it was published earlier, Kat, but if you can link in Eliza, how is it that I say your name? Because I keep saying it differently every single time.
It's technically Elisa.
Elisa.
Yes.
Okay. So can you post Elisa's YouTube, please? And if there are other mods here, if you want to post other people's channels, feel free, because I like to make it as inclusive as possible. Inclusive, exclusive? Yeah, I think it's inclusive. Hopefully the mods are still here. I know Kat is. I know Angel's asleep at the minute because she's been sorting out a load of stuff. She's destashing a load of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's so stressful.
Oh yes, and she's destashing some of her older DACs, and now she's been doing some of her Dreamers Designs kits, because that's the thing. Angel's been doing it for like a couple of years, and your taste of canvases change, don't they?
Yeah.
So now she's been getting rid of a few, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you for that, Tammy. And yeah, goodbye, Helen. Goodbye, Muttnuts. I hope you have a nice dinner. And I'll see you all in the next video. So the next one is on the 25th, which is next week. That will be our prize draw. Oh, no, not prize draw. That will be showing off and talking about the prizes that we have on offer. Oh, you're welcome, Tammy. You're my moderators. You're always allowed to post your channels. But yes, we were looking at the prizes, and my God, there are so many prizes on offer. We've set up a Facebook group which is just the admin team, and every other day someone puts a comment, oh, these people are now sponsoring. I'm like, okay, back to the spreadsheet, add them in. But I think I checked last week when I was doing it, and there are every month there are at least 7 sponsor gifts.
That's pretty awesome.
And that's every month. And I'm like, that is madness. But especially for my first event as well.
That's awesome.
But I'm not doing an event next year.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work. I didn't realize how much work goes into it until you actually get into it. But I suppose if you're doing an event again, I'll have all the sort of the practice and knowledge to be able to make it run smoother, a lot faster.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, I hope you have an amazing rest of your evening,
You
Elisa, Eliza, and I will get it right one day. And it is now 20 to 1 in the morning. I am going to go to sleep. But thank you for joining us, and thank you for everyone in the comments. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.